Hello everyone, and welcome to Fulton Sandwich Gaming, where we are here with Rise of Rasalhague, release week, episode 2, day 2. Excited to get back into it. You know, I feel like episode 1 went well, especially because of our, even though we ended up losing money on the mission, I still feel like it went well, especially because it's an all-new mech roster. We don't know what to expect in these missions. We kind of got a curveball thrown at us with the second lance that was like friendly but not. So we're just going to keep the ball rolling. I just want to show you guys real quick. This is the paint scheme we have settled on for the run. If you've seen my previous season, you know that no matter what a mech comes in looking like, I'm going to want it to be uniform. So we pick a paint scheme and we stick to it. That's just the way it's going to go. I think this looks pretty cool. But, you let me know what you think of it. So, just going to check the cantina one more time. Alright, nothing really interesting there. We have our mechs being refit and our pilot recovering, unfortunately, from their headshot injury. So let's go to the mission briefing. Commander, I am Hakon Magnuson, representative of the Rasalhague royal family in exile in the Tier Independence movement. Christian has transferred the remainder of your existing contract to me. I hope that this will not be an issue for yourself or any of your staff. We all have a lot riding on you. Christian had the right idea targeting the Götterdämmerung Society, but failed to realize that the true threat is not just the society, but the one that hired them, one Nicole Kelswa, the niece of the current Duke of Tamar, Selvin Kelswa. She is here on Kirkback to appease a number of nobles within her uncle's royal court to further cement her uncle's rule over his revitalized Tamar Pact, which means she cares very little for the well-being of any of the residents of the conquered Cretan worlds. Her reputation inspires fear within the ethnic Rasalhague communities, so I believe that the best way to serve the Rasalhague people of Kirkback is to show them that the Tier movement is willing to support them and stand up to bullies like her. I want you to attack a facility belonging to the Kelswa Guard, House Kelswa's private honor guard and the Götterdämmerung's primary source of battle mech support. While under the banner of the Tier, Christian will attempt to run interference to give us a window to execute this mission with minimal resistance from local LCAF forces. Don't let us down, Commander. Okay. The marked Kelswa Guard's forward operating base is a known supplier of the Götterdämmerung Society. Destroying it should cut off much of the supplies the Götterdämmerung need to refit themselves after your previous encounter with them. Christian will only be able to run interference on our behalf for a short time, so be prepared to evacuate the area once your task is complete. This sounds like it's going to be a demolition. We're going to take money, because we're probably going to need it at this rate. So the Victor won't be ready, and one of our better pilots won't be ready. The Cataphract won't be ready, and the Quick Draw won't be ready. Okay, so we're basically taking a whole new roster, and we need another pilot. So 26 out of 39. This guy's got really good laser skill, so maybe we stick him in the Crab. Or I'm going to struggle with some of these names, guys. So bear with me a little bit. Alright, so I think actually I want to bring the Zeus just in case it is a demolition. That firepower is going to be necessary. Now Santiago's got a good spread of weapon skills here, so they can pretty much go into anything. I'm thinking the Awesome for Santiago. And we've got 60 tons left for Murphy here, who's more of a missile guy. So with 60, we would be 10 over in the Archer. So the Crab's a 50. If I drop the Awesome to the Grasshopper, which I don't really love the trade-off there, but then I can bring the Archer. Is it better to just bring the Thunderbolt? No, because it's a laser Thunderbolt, and I do have not that this isn't a laser mech, but at least it's a it's a Grasshopper. 446 armor 416 armor. Same speed. Same range. Same cooling. This has a little bit more firepower, but that's just from the PPC, I want to say. Yeah, I still think the Grasshopper, believe it or not, even with the jump jets kind of filling it out, slightly edges out the Thunderbolt on paper. So we're going to go with that. The Crab will be ready in time, so we'll keep the Crab. And let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Okay, just a quick weapon group check. This shouldn't be on 2. These probably want to be on 2. This can be on 3. And then the LRM-10 on 4. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do here. Okay.
Reactor online.
So I'm not really a huge, I'm not a huge fan of this version of the Zeus, but we will see how it goes.
Society might be the thugs terrorizing the Rasgallian people of Kirkbach.
I don't want to talk over this
The
guy.
one tugging their leash is Nicole Kelswa, Duke Selvin's niece. She and the Kelswa Guard are the ones that have contracted out the society as a private security force to bring Kirkbach into line with their bigoted ideals. The marked nav point will direct you to the society's primary base of operations. Raise it to the ground and end them. Christian is going to run interference and has tapped the LCAF command channel on our behalf. So I will take over as CO of this operation
Okay.
in his absence. Good luck, Commander.
Does look like
This is the first I've heard that you need our assistance. You've always made it a point to cut my unit out of the loop in favor of your private security forces.
Because I don't trust you or your mountain monkey combine turncoat.
My people honor this world in the name of the Commonwealth. You will show them respect.
No, I won't. Not till they learn to follow orders. And now I will.
keep that fire up on this rifleman.
Or you'll answer to my uncle and your Duke personally.
Raising my forces now. I will be en route shortly.
He's already managed to get an armor breach on us. It's a little aggravating. Another Grasshopper. Great. Let's bring that down, huh?
One of the more tanks. Destroy it.
I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, because it's been disabled. So my large laser got knocked out. I'm actually surprised that that rifleman was able to do so much damage so quickly. I just want to change this since it's down anyway. Oh, I did not apply that. Let's do that just so it's a little more accessible to us. Alright, let's try to get this demolition through quick. Probably was a silly idea to even fight the rifleman, all things considered. Yeah, this is why it was so important to make sure I had a ballistic on this.
Base operating at 50% capacity. Keep it up, Commander.
How is this at 50%? There must be another building. Oh yeah, there's some little ones over here. Hope there isn't a part 2 to this mission.
Target is done.
As we've definitely got some durability issues if there is. And we are out of AC ammo. So that's something we're going to have to address. You know, maybe it's worth dropping some equipment on this, as we definitely didn't get a chance to use it all. But this is a pretty standard demo. We probably can just finish it up and make our way out of here. It does look like the rest of our lance is doing okay
Get out of here.
in terms of
To make a show of at least trying.
damage taken.
Let's not be here when his forces show up.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it. That's the other thing. A lot of the weapons on the Zeus are on the torso, or at least like all the lasers are. So you can't shoot while moving. Like, you can't shoot at the angles you want to, really. I'm okay with leaving my guys in there to see what kind of damage they can do. Don't let that shoot. Don't let it shoot. Don't let it shoot. Oh, yeah. I can't shoot backwards. So you see right there the limitations on the Zeus. Not being able to shoot backwards. Definitely not ideal, you know. Something to keep in mind with your mechs. Like laser mechs, it's almost better to have those lasers on the arms, so you have the full angle of fire. So, as far as I'm concerned, this was fine. The crab came out okay, the archer came out okay, and the grasshopper had no breaches, surprisingly. So, our one armor breach and the loss of the large laser was the worst of the damage. So we should probably make money on this one. But we'll see. Alright, so we could have got the Shadowhawk or the Rifleman if we went salvage all the way. I'm not really too broke up about this. This is a really good AC-10, but we can't get it. It's good AC-5 here. Probably should stock up on regular equipment. Like, we don't have any of this stuff, really. So that LRM-10's nice, but I don't want to use 2 salvage shares on it. Yeah, so we ended up at least netting some positive cash on this one, which is good. And the mission reward is a Crusader. Okay, let's read this. So, Commander, good work. Nicole Kelsois was furious that my unit failed to apprehend the pirates or the tier terrorists that attacked the Goddard Dameron Society. She has laid the blame squarely on my lap and has petitioned her uncle to dismiss me from my command of the first tier. Friends of mine within LCAF High Command have given me notice that state politics may force them to serve Kelsois my head on a platter to appease the nobles of the Tamar Pact in order to minimize tensions with the Lyran Commonwealth's nobility. That felt like a run-on sentence, I'm not going to lie. Which is currently strained enough by the upcoming FedCom unification and the dissatisfaction with the Archon for propping up the Federated Sun's shattered economy after Comstar's interdiction. When Tor got wind of this, he spread the word throughout the first tier and held a secret vote without my knowledge. Through it, I've learned that my unit no longer has faith that the Lyran Commonwealth will do right by the first tier or our people. They've repeatedly broken their promises and have exploited our faith that things will get better, only to treat us with the same disrespect that House Karita did. We've collectively made the difficult decision to abandon the Lyran Commonwealth and take our chances with Hakon Magnusson and the tier independence movement in the Draconis Combine. At least with them, we know that our lives will go towards saving our people, not further oppressing them. As my last act as a commissioned LCAF officer, I've approved your final payment along with a substantial combat bonus. I hope our paths cross again sometime, Commander. Until then, this is goodbye. So the Crusader 3R. This is the new mech, one of the variants. There's, I think, 12 or 11 variants of the Crusader added in. Got some transmissions here. Oh, this is from Hakon Magnusson. Commander, I want you to know that I appreciate what you've done for Christian and the people of Rasalhague. Christian's heart was in the right place, but ultimately his faith in the Archon was flawed. I believe growing up in the Commonwealth has blinded him to what he did not want to see, that the Commonwealth does not care about our people. They only placated our desire for freedom as a way to leverage our people to fight against House Karita on their behalf. To all the House Lords, the people of Rasalhague will always be their lesser. This is why the only way for our people to truly be free is to have an independent Rasalhague, one that is able to forge its own path away from the machinations of the great houses and their delusional desire to rule over a reconstructed Star League. I have faith that time is coming soon. With Christian's battle mech regiment, the hypocrisy of the Tamar Pact exposed, and House Karita's loosened grip on their territory after the Forced Succession War, I believe the people of Rasalhague will soon have the courage needed to stand up to the House Lords and say that enough is enough. When that time comes, the people of Rasalhague will need allies loyal to our cause, or at least our money. I hope that I could count you among those allies that will come to our aid when the time is right. While my resources are now tied down with supporting Christian and his people, in a few years when they are settled, I wish to reach out to you and your company once more. If you still believe in helping the people of Rasalhague, I may have an important job for you. Till then, Commander, I wish you safe travels. So, obviously, between Part 1 and Part 2, as I would rather refer to it, for the Kestrel Lancers mission set, it was, I think, 2 years on the star date. So this hasn't really tipped us off to how long it's going to be before the next missions start popping up. So we do have to kind of be mindful of what we get up to in the meantime. But this time is definitely going to be used for finding new mechs and, you know, upgrading the roster, or at least diversifying the roster, or at least finding things that I personally like using. What was I saying? Maybe drop the large laser, just go for a third medium, because between the LRM-10 and the AC-5, well, the AC-5 needs more ammo, first off. So there's that. Yeah, I think we just go for a third medium laser. Add like 2 more tons of AC-5 ammo. And that way we shouldn't run out, as it's kind of our main weapon. Do I have an AC-5 burst? I do. That's really more of what I'm looking to do. Could probably get another heatsink in, but I don't think we were really struggling with heat at all. The other thing I like to do is make sure I keep it to only 4 weapon groups. That's including your fists. You never know when those things are going to come in handy. So, with that being said, that's 7 tons, that's 5. I mean, we're still pretty good on armor. I could just straight trade up to an LRM-15, which I think 1 stack of LRM ammo is still fine, because this is now more of a close range mech than it was. Yeah, I wouldn't trade down to an SRM. I mean, we even did pretty good on armor, except for that large laser that got knocked out, and I think that was just like a critical hit or something. Yeah, we're gonna go just trade up to an LRM-15 on this. Yeah, and there you go. We're even positive on firepower again. Okay, let's queue that up. Grasshopper just needs armor repairs. Same thing on the Archer and the Crab. Not too expensive. Let's take a look at this Crusader, this brand new mech. It's pretty cool looking. It's got like a weird kind of unicorn horn going on, but look at those hands, man. It's ready to give some people the hands. It's pretty funky looking. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. It's it like almost reminds me of like the bad guys from Gundam, you know, like the Zaku's, if anybody's familiar with that. So let's see, 2 stacks LRM, well, 2 LRM-15s, which is pretty serious, 2 SRM-6s, double medium laser, double machine gun. So I can tell you what the odd man out is, in a way. These LRM-15, and it's almost maxed armor. And the only place it's skimped at all is on the head and the legs, which is where I would skimp on armor, if I'm being honest. I would be comfortable dropping that down and bringing that up to at least 20. Probably same. Well, Not that much, but just a little bit. Now, just looking at this, there's a couple of things that I'm noticing right off the bat, which is there's no heat sinks on it. Now, LRMs and SRMs both chuck out a decent amount of heat. The medium lasers aren't too bad. But I think if we drop these down or made them SRMs, we could then fully max the armor everywhere. Make it kind of a missile brawler. Does that make sense? 384. Let's just do this work for now. We'll kind of leave it stock for a minute. Well, let me see something. 384 armor on a 65-ton mech. So the Thunderbolt is 416. Same weight. So it's not super heavily armored. Then again, it's kind of comparable to the Cataphract. It's about 100 less than the Awesome. I mean, it's a little difficult to compare, but at 386, it seems like a solid, and at 65 tons, it's kind of actually on the lighter side of heavy, right? Not really. It's interesting. We're gonna run it, of course, and see how it does. I don't think I'm gonna change the loadout yet. I want to see how it performs because it's actually not that fast. At 64.8, yeah, it's pretty standard. 64.8 seems to be pretty standard for our heavy mechs. All right, but either way, let's jump up to the star map and start looking for stuff to do. Obviously, there is work to be found in Cretan space, as well as here in the outer settlements. We do have a reed here. So we could do work for Karita, who we already have good relation with. And maybe that's kind of a way to get us off the ground here. Let's do that. Let's just pick up a Karita contract for now. I also am interested in some of the Karita mechs. I haven't used a ton of them. Or I guess I should say some of the mechs that are like commonly found in Karita space. So it'd definitely be interesting to see what we can dig up. Alright, which one of these is least likely to happen? Probably collect one commando at this point. So let's jump over to here and just drop that. Yeah, that can go. And then pick up the 10J Edgars, because that's easy. What am I doing? I'm clicking everywhere. So, yeah, there's some stuff. Ooh, I do love me some chem lasers. Tempted to buy those. I'm gonna. I love chem lasers because they really save you when you... Small lasers are just a waste. I never use them. They really save you when you just don't have the heat sinking capability you want. I mean, I would love to just like load up on supplies while I'm here. Heavy Arena Fist. Is that new? I haven't... Oh yeah, it is. The Heavy Arena Fist. That's interesting. Assault Arena Fist? Okay, so those are some new items there. Do gotta pick up chem laser ammo since we're at it. We did get those mediums also. We're just gonna get it all. It's not that expensive. Some superchargers here. Okay. I don't want to spend any more time shopping. Let's take a look at the contracts. So, mission contracts taken with a rival mercenary company's territory. Cavalry with them, a risk that the rival mercenary company could perform a friendly or hostile intervention during the player's mission. Okay. Contracts that should draw the attention of a rival mercenary company will highlight potential risks in their contract information. If the mission employer is aligned with the patrolling mercenary company's employer, then the rival mercenary company is likely to perform a friendly intervention. Friendly interventions will see the rival mercenary company deploy reinforcements to help achieve your... Okay. This will be a hostile intervention, and they'll impede us. If the mission does not involve factions affiliated with the patrolling mercenary company, then the rival mercenary company could potentially perform either. Okay. They'll only make their presence known on their terms, so always stay alert. Alright, so we are in rival territory. I know this stuff. Okay. So, it's only a 200-ton limit. Can we even do that? Bring 70, that's 140. If we do, we'd only be dropping 3. If I did 65, 50, it's 10... No, that's 115, right? It's 115, 185. I don't even know if I can fit this. Oh, I guess if I wait for the quick draw, I can. Alright, so let's just go ahead and do this assassination against the periphery. And we are going to just take the money. It's about $2 million bucks. So, this is what I was kind of getting at. We're going to take out the Crusader. The Grasshopper and the Archer are going to have to go for the quick draw and the Wolfhound. Ah, it's still too much. It's still too much. Do I want to sacrifice 7% pay? Probably not. Doing so will upset your employer. What's in the mech market? Spider and an urban mech. I guess the Spider... No, I don't want to buy a Spider. Alright, I mean, I guess we're just going to be 10 tons over. It's just, it is what it is until we get some fresh blood in here. Get some fresh metal.
Recon has tracked our target to somewhere within this vicinity. We have
Okay.
their most likely whereabouts on your map.
There we go, 3 locations.
Fall in on the commander.
Alright. It's a pretty big map. So, try to keep our heads down, right? Oh, weapon groups on the Crusader. Actually, yeah, that's where I would put those. Those on 2, those on 1, those on 3. Probably actually go this, because the machine guns are not really going to be our main damage deal. Actually, I'm just now noticing that those SRMs are a little bit low ammo count wise, so that's something to kind of keep in mind, is that we're going to burn through SRM ammo really quick.
Target acquired.
Destroyed.
Okay,
Destroyed.
it's good. Always nice not to have to waste my own shots on that. Alright. It's just a... Gotta love these, like, lava landscapes. This is actually a pretty cool map, too. Oh, it's looking like we are going to get some incoming patrols.
Target
Not just yet. This is an interesting
Let's take that tank apart.
kind of setup they got going on here.
Our assigned mech target is on the field.
Ooh, a javelin.
Take it down.
Okay, well, we do have a contract with the Cantina for this, so should be using those. Oh yeah, look at that heat buildup.
Directly moved.
Yep. Alright, that's what I was worried about. Okay, so This thing needs heat sinks, which means we are going to have to downgrade those LRMs. Alright. Let's try not to do that again. So I just can't fire for a minute. We're going to have to downgrade something. The only weapon we really have on this that doesn't generate heat is the machine guns. Which I guess is why they were considered like the main armament. But it just seems like a bad idea to me for that to be our main armament. Honestly, we don't even really have to fight an Irby. Almost feels like a waste to. Alright, well at least he's gone. Oh! Watch out for that. Definitely don't want mechs going critical on you. That does a ton of damage. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even really using the LRMs on this, is the funny part. So I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to strip off it. I'm probably just going to take the LRMs out altogether. Maybe go to more SRMs. Yeah. I think SRMs are probably the way I want to go, and we definitely want more heat sinks. Definitely. I don't think I want to go through that canyon. I probably want to go around the backside so I don't trigger both locations, because triggering both locations at the same time, I might end up getting kind of swarmed. Don't trigger both locations. Gotta keep an eye on your lance mates, because those guys almost made a big mistake. You know, every once in a while it's good to just regroup. Like, I've made it a habit to kind of click it just offhandedly. Okay, there's nothing here. So now probably is a good time to just spin it around and hit through the canyon instead of going around and triggering any possible defenses at the decoy location. So, yeah, biggest ticket item for this is going to be fixing its heat issues. It doesn't feel like it's meant to be a long-range mech. I mean, I could be wrong, but like the small ballistic slot definitely doesn't make it feel like a long-range mech. And there you go, heat's already critical, so that was basically our alpha strike. Alright, that's one arm off the crab, and now we got the core exposed, and he's down. Alright, so we're just gonna straight up evac now. We took money and not salvage. Who's this? Is this just more of their forces? It's a Locust and a Treb. We don't even have the salvage shares for the Locust, so it's just time to go. The Wolfhound's armor is paper, so no point fighting these. Neither of them are on like our Cantina list, and the Crusader has obvious flaws in sustained combat, so it's better to just get out of here. Try to keep our people together so they don't take any unnecessary damage. Like I said, I mean, if we keep repair costs low on this mission, then all the better, because it's not a crazy payout. We're just doing this to build relation with Kurita. And of course make money. That's what mercenaries do, right? So yeah, we lost the 150,000 for being over tonnage, but get some nice medium lasers. It's honestly like we are kind of low on heat sinks, but I think we just take the nice medium lasers. So there you go. That's beautiful. You know, we made just under 2 million for that. So obviously the payouts in this area are not fantastic, so we're going to be moving on from this area. I'm going to refit the Crusader off screen. I'm also going to find a better paying area off screen, and then we'll run some real missions and really get into the thick of it. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for episode 2. I don't want these episodes to be super long, just so it's easier for you guys to sit down and watch them. But if you had fun on this one, there's our little preview of the Crusader before I do my own upgrades. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And we're going to be covering Rise of Rasalhague all week, release week. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day.